Have you ever been asked by your child, "Hey Dad, where do babies come from?" You go, and you really don't want to have the conversation with your child? I understand that totally. Dr. John Davila here of Custom Chiro Solutions, and today we're going to ask the same exact question, or believe it or not, talk about the same exact question that I usually get when I talk to clients for the first time. And usually it works like this. "Hey John, explain to me, where do audits come from?" If you watch the first video, and this is video number 2, if you watch the first video, we talked about what medical necessity was, and we know that it's based on function. In this video number 2, what we're going to talk about is what that means and how it relates to what an audit is and where it comes from. The first thing we got to understand is that when we decide the patient needs X services, imagine that as a big red block. And that red block is supposed to fit on top of a little round hole. Now that round hole is going to be what the insurance company allows. Now on top of that, the next thing that comes around is what's going to force that red block through, or that square peg through that round hole. Now if you look to the top of the screen, you'll see a hammer. Now that's not the insurance company hammering us. What that is you. You see, you're empowered to make this work. So your intention is what makes this whole situation work for us. Now my question to you is this: what comes out the other side? Well, obviously it's a little round peg. It's usually a lot smaller than the big square peg we gave up to the patient as far as what we thought they needed to get to ideal functional wellness. Why is that? Well, it's usually because they don't cover that much. Oh, that's how it works sometimes. That's what their coverage. That's what they purchased, right? All right, so now this is where audits come from. See all the pieces all sloughed off to the side? That's what's called patient liability. Now my question to you is this: if it's the patient liability according to contract, would it surprise you if I asked you who should pay for that? Patient liability, who should pay for that? Yeah, exactly. The patient is the person who should be paying for that. So real quick, then where do audits come from? Audits come when you take all the little pieces that sloughed off to the side, when you took that big square peg of what the patient needed, and you try and stuff them down the hole also. Once again, thanks for being with us today on our ICA video of the week. We really appreciate you being with us. Remember, this is Dr. John Davila of Custom Chiro Solutions, and we'll see you next time.